Whenever new titles get added to Xbox Game Pass, only a handful of games make a splash. There are a plethora of amazing games to choose from at any given time, ranging from narrative-rich story-driven adventures to frantically action-packed shooters and humble indie gems. A lot of these games enjoyed the initial buzz from a fresh release, but soon got lost among a competitive crowd of AAA blockbusters. These underrated Xbox games may not have gotten the attention they initially hoped for, but they still deserve a lot of love. On number 11 comes Rise of the Tomb Raider. A great ad for Xbox One X is the best part of Lara Croft's updated series. Although Rise of the Tomb Raider looks pretty good on the base machine, the action-packed sequel set in Siberia looks amazing when played on Microsoft's powerful system and a 4K TV. Lara's frosty adventure builds on the main areas of the first game and makes those challenge tombs more interesting than ever. It mixes sharp shootouts like Uncharted with platforming parts that give you more freedom than PlayStation's main character ever trusts you with. Does most of the story make no sense? Sure, but the huge plot holes aren't a problem when you're walking through the best virtual snow on Xbox and putting your pickaxe into the throat of an angry grizzly bear. On number 10, we will talk about Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. One of the most unique, violent, brave, funny, and smart shooters of this age is Wolfenstein: The New Order. The new Colossus, the follow-up from Machine Games, boldly builds on all of that. The new Colossus is a very current story that moves B.J. Blazkowicz's very personal war into an alternate world in the 1960s and sets it in an America ruled by Nazis. There is a lot of smart, sensitive, and emotional talk about heartlessness, bias, and abuse, but it's always fun. A harsh look at how people fail and how bad society is, delivered with big robot teeth and hatchet blades. All through the game, hearts and brains shine through, but never more so than when it comes to the fine art of tearing Nazis to pieces with bloody, balletic style. On number 9, we will discuss Monster Hunter World. Do not pay attention to the most accessible yet stuff if you have never played a Monster Hunter game before. If you've never played Capcom's Creature Killer before, you'll find it a very strange and hard game. But if you stick with Monster Hunter World, you'll understand the excitement as you hunt monsters, kill them, and collect their parts to make gear that will help you face tougher tasks. As you learn about stat boosts, attack types, and a wide range of ridiculously over-the-top weapons, that core loop is what keeps you going. It comes to life when you play with friends and plan your classes, tools, and strategies together. The hunt is the most important thing, and it's amazing when a monster finally falls. Battles are long tests of skill and teamwork. Fallout 4 comes at number 8. We had a good idea of what we were getting. It's Bethesda, it's big, and it has bugs. There was a natural progression from Fallout 3 to 4. It has all the wandering adventure, light fun, and moral ambiguity of the previous two games, plus a new-gen look. There have been some small changes, but the main characters now have voices, the guns are better, and you don't have to open boxes to get what's inside. This is a more simplified version of a now classic model. As usual, the frame rate drops and sometimes frightening glitches show up, but there's just so much going on that it's hard to feel too bad. Again, Bethesda has crammed several games worth of happily unimportant stuff into this one, making it one of the most addicting and satisfying games of this age. If you dig in, you won't come out for weeks. On number 7, we have Resident Evil 7, Biohazard. Let's be honest. It felt like Resident Evil had been out of the fridge for too long. A little well off, things didn't get very good after Resi 4, which made the third-person shooter genre what it is today. Resi got back on track in 2017, so you should be very scared. Resident Evil 7 is a first-person survival horror game that flips the series on its head. You sneak through a rundown Louisiana house looking for your missing wife. Fiends like in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Yes, check. Terrible body horror? Also, check that. With an exciting story that will make you forget to breathe for too long, Resident Evil 7 is a thrilling roller coaster ride that changes the series in a big way. You may know those green flowers, but this is a new kind of scary that makes you want to creep through its halls even though you want to run away. On number 6, we will discuss Titanfall 2. We are immediately interested in any first-person shooter that lets you run along walls and then double jump into a huge mechanical titan. That's not all Titanfall 2 does. When Titanfall came out for the first time on Xbox in 2014, we complained, but where's our single player? Fine, said Respawn back. How about we tell the story of a pilot and his Titan in this follow-up? One where you slowly get Titan weapons that look like they could split the universe in half. What about a stage where you can press a button and go back in time? How about a few hours of action with so many ideas that it makes every shooter since Call of Duty 4? Modern Warfare look lazy? That did end the conversation. When you add Bounty Hunt, an important multiplayer mode that is a greedy nightmare, we promise to never again call Respawn lazy. On number 5 comes Destiny 2. What could Destiny 2 do to beat the first game, which was an endless life-stealing life sink? The answer is pretty clear: more of the same, but better, easier to get to, and just more Destiny. The second game takes almost every part of the space traveling, gun collecting, player leveling MNO and makes it shine like new. You can see almost everywhere that Bungie learned from the last game. This makes the places you explore more fun by giving you more things to do. This adds depth to both the systems that help you grow as a character and the things you do to do that. Next, on number 4, we will discuss Forza Horizon 4. Vox Games Pass members can get Forza Horizon 4 for free, while Forza Motorsport 7 costs money. This easy-to-use game is one of the best ways to show off Xbox One's tech. Horizon 4 brings the sandbox series to the roads of a bite-sized, extra-windy Britain and serves up a number of thrilling races. There are also those silly showcase events again, and they're just as funny as ever. Are you ready to race the Flying Scotsman as it speeds through the Highlands on its way to Edinburgh? Go ahead and do it, Petrohead. This is one of the most visually varied races on Xbox One thanks to the changing seasons that add a lot of snow and bright reds for fall. The smooth control model, which is just right for gameplay, is also still the best in its class. On number 3, we will discuss What Remains of Edith Finch. You don't need to know too much about this before you play. It's smart, creative, and emotional in a way that not many games have. The story is about the title character, Edith, who goes back through her family tree and learns about the lives of different relatives who died young and tragically. Each story is built on a completely different set of rules, and they range from short narrative punches to long, emotional looks into the people they follow. All of this fits together in amazing ways with how the game plays. Not many games have been able to tell a story about life, love, and death with so many different ideas, gaming styles, and feelings. You should all have this beautiful game in your collection. On number 2, we have Control. That title sure isn't clear. You never truly feel in control of Control, despite portraying a formidable bureaucrat whose mere thoughts can alter the course of events. Nothing is what it seems to be in Remedy's great action adventure. The most interesting setting in a video game right now is the oldest house, which takes place in a strange and confusing government building. All the walls and ceilings of this maze twist and turn around you. Remedy puts you in tough fights where you can use Jess's telekinetic powers in new and interesting ways. It feels like you've been thrown into an exciting TV show as you float around the office like a young Magneto and smash enemies with office furniture. One where the star is the toughest person ever at pushing a pencil. On number 1 comes Gears 5. After 5 tries, Xbox's second most popular series finally comes up with a good story. Gears 5 does a great job of telling a story that makes both the new main character and the Locust Danger more real by dumping the boring JD Phoenix in favor of the much more interesting Kate Diaz. Gears is still very good with guns and blood. The Coalition is a third-person shooter with open-world areas, different update systems, and other current features. However, at its core, it is still a classic cover shooter. Gunfights are still exciting and crazy, and those locusts still turn into extra squelchy chunks when you hit their faces with the business end of your Lancer's chainsaw. Now it's your turn. Dive into the world of these underrated Xbox games, and let us know which ones captured your heart. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you discover a new favorite. If you enjoyed this video and want more gaming content, be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest discoveries. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the underrated, the overlooked, and the downright amazing Xbox games that deserve a chance.